can't go that far. Well, welcome everybody to another episode of Specrapular. We are a podcast that talks about movies and shit, mostly shit. I am one of your hosts, Brandon Aquino, but I'm joined by my best friend, Mike Vera.
Ahoy, matey! It's not. We're not doing.
You're not pirates.
Muppet Treasure Island.
No,
they're doing a different one. Damn it!
And I hope you enjoyed the intro music by Luis, Mike, and a little bit of myself. And you can find Luis's links on the bottom of our description for his music and his. What else does he do? He makes
OnlyFans.
Fansly.
Yeah. Many vids. Mm-hmm. That's all the ones I know.
Some might say that's already too many.
Yeah.
But he has. What does he make? Like music playlists.
Yeah.
Playlists.
Me.
Anyhow, thanks, Luis.
Are those like available where people can just like listen to them?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I
thought we were special, so he hands us one every season.
Yeah, he'll send us the link. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they're public. Okay. And because I know I'll listen to them, I'll have them on. Like I'll play them a little bit, and I'm like, yeah, this is too much. And all the Spanish music and
all the ethnics invading my ear holes.
Yeah, exactly. I get like, what is it? What did you tell me? I get that time when I listen to music for too long. I get like noise.
Fatigue?
Yeah, that's just like much. Because like I know
I do that when I listen to like fucking death metal, but not regular songs.
Like I'll listen to like Diplo for like 4 hours.
Well, that's your first fucking problem.
Oh boy. Well, because he's on Sirius XM, and since with my car, I get the like 6 months for free or whatever.
Oh, humble brag.
Yeah, but anyway, Mike, why don't you tell us what movie we're doing today? And
well, everybody, it's just past Christmas.
Mm-hmm. It's just past Christmas. We're here to record. You got Mike and Brandon together, and they're gonna kick each other in the
gourd.
a gourd? Yes. Yes. What should we do?
From 1992,
what movie?
Muppets.
There you go.
Actually, I thought it was a Muppet Christmas Carol.
Is it the?
It's the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Which makes me think: is that how all the movies are? The Great Muppet Caper, the Muppet movie. I always thought it was. Anyway, the Muppets present their own.
If you thought that, yeah.
Could you shut up while I do this?
Okay, sorry.
The Muppets present their own touching rendition of Charles Dickens' classic tale of Scrooge, of Ghost, of Tiny Tim, and
not Tiny Tim. Not Tiny Tim.
Directed by Brian Henson,
son of my friend James Henson, Jim John Henson.
Oh, Jim, one of the Henson brothers of Mbop fame.
Are they like a? Maybe it's like a family like the Wayans, like from Jim.
I think they are actually.
Like they just all do with puppets and stuff.
Written by Charles Dickens, of course, the novel, and then some Jerry Jewell who did the screenplay. So
Gary Jules?
Jerry.
Oh. I was like, fucking all around me are familiar Muppets.
It's familiar? I thought it was a million.
I thought it was familiar.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah. You could be right.
Familiar faces? A million faces, though?
No, it's familiar. You're right.
It's Gary Jules.
I think it's Gary Jules.
I know, but the song name is what?
Mad World.
Let's see. Keep talking now.
Starring Michael Caine as Scrooge, and then a bunch of dudes doing a bunch of voices of a bunch of Muppets, probably doing the puppetry. We got Dave Goelz.
Goelz?
Goelz. Yeah. He's the Great Gonzo.
Familiar faces. Yeah.
All
around me are familiar.
That's mainly who he does. Steve Whitmire does Rizzo the Rat.
Muppets.
Kermit the Frog here. And then a bunch of other ones. Jerry Nelson does Tiny Tim. Frank Oz, of course, does Miss Piggy, Fozzie Bear.
R.I.P.
Animal. All the other cool stuff. And then a bunch of guys who do a bunch of shit.
I was curious. Do you think the people that do the voices of the Muppets move the mouth too?
That's what I just said.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even catch that. I might have been looking at this.
I believe they...
I feel like they would kind of have to.
Yeah.
Because where your mouth is going to be moving, so you can move your hand, and then the other people can move the arms and shit.
I mean, at the very least, Jim Henson did. I know that for sure.
Okay.
He would be in like fucking... I don't know which ones he did, but do you ever see like the like diagrams of how they did Big Bird? Where just some fucking dude with his fucking hand standing up straight with his hand straight in the air.
It sucked.
Looks super difficult.
Yeah, it looks sucked.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a lot different now. More strenuous, actually. Longer hours.
Yeah.
Full body, like adamantium cast chassis. Yeah,
they weren't mech suits from fucking Aliens.
Or get away from that Muppet, you bitch. I was gonna say like a Gaiju from like Pacific Rim.
Oh, that's
you need
it.
2 people to control it, like same fucking brain
They have
frequency.
the fucking plug in the back of
Yeah, they're gonna straight matrix it just so they can, and then when they get murdered, then they just
Yeah.
it just ruins their brain, fries their brain. Did you like this movie?
I loved it.
I
so
greatly
much.
enjoyed it.
Well, I just love the Muppets in general.
Yeah.
because they're a lot more adult and sillier than you remember.
No, I knew. There was many jokes when I was young that I'd watch. The only Muppets that I watched as a kid was Muppet Babies. I didn't see the puppet stuff, and so when the times that I did, I was like, I don't get any of this. And then as I got older, I think I saw Treasure Island. That Tim Curry was in that?
I think so.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's funny you say that, but yeah, continue.
I've seen no other Muppets movie, so I didn't know this was musical. And
okay.
so then going into this, when they started, I was like, oh, it's gonna be one of these. But I still enjoyed it until Michael Caine started singing, and I was like, this is rough. But luckily, that's the last song.
Yeah, music by Paul Williams, who I think he wrote Rainbow Connection, the most famous Muppet song.
Okay.
A bunch of other shit. Which makes sense because it's like super catchy. I told you earlier, I was like, I just had that Scrooge song in my head for like since I watched the movie, and then I forgot it, but it's in there now.
Yeah, it's just this movie was super silly, and like all the as I told you before we started recording, between I want to say Gonzo, but let's call him Charles and Rizzo. Their interaction with they're just
it's
so good. Yeah, it's so good. You can crawl through that the whole time. Yeah. Oh, you're so dumb. But he like jumped over and the kissing him on the nose.
I believe I told you last time we were talking about the movie, but I don't know if I mentioned it on the podcast. I saw like a early screening of this movie.
Okay.
I guess we're supposed to do little cards after we did it, but I was too young.
Yeah.
What year did I say this came out?
It's 92.
Yeah, I was super young. At the main place, what mall was that?
It's Santa Ana.
Santa Ana. So. Does it have a theater?
It does.
I think maybe that's what it was. So I saw it. I remember sitting. Well, I don't know what theater it was because I had a balcony. Because I remember sitting in the balcony watching the movie.
I don't know. I've never actually been in the theater at the Main Place Mall.
Okay.
I just know that mall sucks because it's either if you're on one side there's an escalator, other side escalator, and then an elevator in the middle. There's no extra escalators or anything like that. So it's like
Are there stairs?
No.
Oh, okay.
So you're kind of fucked. You either go to the end or you go to the middle. There should be a middle. There should be like
terrible. I understand the idea. Like you have to walk by all the stores.
It's horse shit.
It's a bunch of horse shit.
But because if you and especially if the elevators, you can fit maybe 8 people in that max.
Oh, okay.
And people getting sicker now. See, I sound nasally. I got over the cold like a couple days ago, but I still have the congestion. But I'm not sneezing. I don't have a runny nose or anything like that. I just don't sound as handsome as I normally do, which is tough because when you look like this, you gotta be on your A game at all times. You know what I'm talking about.
People are gonna get the bends, like just being from the shock of seeing
Yeah.
you.
Not only that,
Well, remember when sometimes you get raspy when you get sick.
But when I get raspy, people like that. Yeah.
Sexy.
Hey, ladies, who wants to get their asshole
Who
ate?
loves balls?
Because I got two big ones. I got elephantitis. And you're going to run out of saliva by the time you're done with these. Let me tell you. That's kind of like a little bit of Hollywood Hogan in there, too. Like, hey, brother, you're going to suck these balls, brother.
I would much.
Hey, brother, you're going to suck these balls. As I'm losing my hair on top. Yeah. NWO.
Wait, fucking roided out to the gills.
I can't. Even when I look at him now, I feel bad.
Yeah,
like he just looks rough.
Are their hearts okay? That just seems like they're gonna develop a condition later.
Not only that, but I'm sure there's no
Macho Man
penis
dead?
in there.
Macho Man's dead, huh?
Oh, yeah, he did that a little while ago. Yeah.
Why did he have to die and fucking Hogan's alive?
I got nothing against Hogan like that. I know. From what I'm understanding, he's not the best person, but like
he just loves the N-word. That's all I know.
Yeah,
him and his
that's
stupid
rough.
kids.
Well, thankfully, the wife and him divorced, and she's off doing her own thing, and that's great. But him and those wiener kids, those kids are just shitty too.
Did they have a show?
They did. It was called "Don't Watch This."
It's called Hogan's Heroes.
And they were all villains. Oddly enough, they were all undercover villains. So they're just except for the wife. The wife is, from my understanding, okay.
Right.
But if you looked at you look at Hulk Hogan. Did you like him in his Hollywood yellow red phase or his NWO phase?
The early days.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, when he, it's funny. I never knew he was bald because he always wore the handkerchief or whatever. Until he was
bandana.
Okay, I said hanky. Yeah. Until he's like outside of the W. I was like, he's bald. I was just blown away. But I had never watched a lot of that.
And then did he have to bleach that hair and straighten it? Because it was so thin and like a curtain of mullet.
curtain of mullet and a man.
Yeah.
Like, because is just so roided out. Like, he's not even the person he was. Back to the movie. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So good.
I love it so much.
It's so good.
Wait, so you saw Treasure Island first? So you didn't see this growing up as a youth?
I did not.
Okay,
Yeah. But see, again, like you said, 92. So I was, maybe 6 when this came out?
Yeah.
Probably, because it probably came out like around winter time. Mm-hmm. So I had to already been 6. But...
a Christmas movie at Christmas time. That's not a bad idea.
Who'd have thought?
They should do that.
Yeah, it's...
But I don't know the last time I saw this film.
So you have seen it prior?
Yeah, I just told you. I saw a special screening when I was
but you're young. That's what I mean. Like, you're not going to remember all that shit. Because, sorry.
That's what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
So I legit, probably like, it's the main thing, but I guess I was too young. I didn't know Michael Caine was Scrooge. So I saw his name. I was like, oh, he's Scrooge. I didn't know.
No, he was Alfred.
This is
his first take at Alfred. Yeah. And so he was getting his...
He was Dr. Brandt. Lied to everybody.
He did.
And growing corn.
Yeah. And he is not only lying to everybody, but then that beautiful Anne Hathaway is like, I'm sorry. I fucked up. We're all going to die. Like, I figured this shit out a long time ago. We just don't have the tech. I'm sorry.
So I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't realize. We're doing a lot of rhyming today.
Yeah. Did you realize? Okay, good. Is that a Tool song? Realize. I know
the stripper says it on the Office episode.
And I know for the boys, the fish guy, I always forget his name, but he had these like internet videos.
Gilly?
Yeah. Oh, Gills McGee. Yeah. But he says
it's Gills aplenty.
Yeah. Compared to his father, Gills a bunch. And I was just watching the fucking Colbert Lickamadeek. And his dad, Suckamadeek, and his mom keeping her maiden name Munchamaguchi. So good. And it's even better knowing that they use a photo of his mother-in-law. Like, so good.
That's why he busts out so hard.
Yeah. It's so good. So yeah, Michael Caine, bad guy, I guess. He's Scrooge. How come Scrooge isn't seen as a bad guy in DuckTales?
Scrooge McDuck?
Yeah.
He is a bad guy.
Well, not really. He's one of the main characters.
Yeah, but he's like their uncle or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So he's Scroogey. He keeps all the money.
He has that big old vault of coins.
Yeah.
Which you got to feel. You dive into that, you're going to die.
Yeah.
You're
hitting metal.
Not only that, you're going to have like lead poisoning somehow, or like
gold poisoning. Yeah, you gold member.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah.
The opening title crawl, not only long, but like I didn't see a cut. Like that, I had to be miniature.
Yes.
But like that was great to see.
Impressive.
Like that, the camera just to follow along all those. Do you know how Jim Henson died? We're in an age of the internet that I could have looked it up, but I didn't.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm assuming cancer, but I'm not sure.
Okay, that's a good one.
Or a motorcycle jump over Hell's.
Yeah. Jim Henson Knievel. He was actually, his name is apostrophe.
Yeah.
I like seeing separate species live together. For example, dogs and tigers, people and Muppets. But I like seeing
Muppets are species.
Well, that's the thing. What are they? Like, because everybody's thinking like it's normal, right? Like it's like I'm just talking to a fucking rat here. I'm talking to Quasimodo. I'm talking to some gargoyles. Like whatever. Everything can talk. So it makes me think of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Like if you're in Toontown or something like that. So
everything is normal. This is the world we live in.
Yeah.
This is the world you've established.
Right. So there's
puppets everywhere.
Yeah. So it kind of makes me think of that movie that came out with what is her name?
Melissa McCartney?
Yeah, something Murders or whatever.
Yeah.
I actually
Murders.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed the movie. That movie was perfectly fine.
I never saw it.
It was not bad. It was panned pretty hard, but I enjoyed it. Like it was, adult themed, but still, I thought it was fine. But
this made me want to rewatch other Muppet movies. Because I believe like the latest ones, the one that Brett from Flight of the Conchords won an Oscar. I don't believe I ever saw that movie.
I definitely
that
didn't.
Latest whatever Muppet movie it was.
I feel like they're like Looney Tunes movies to me. I will watch it if it's on or if people are watching it, but like the Brendan Fraser one with the lady from Dharma and Greg or whatever.
Oh yeah,
I greatly enjoyed that movie when I saw it. I mean, that was like maybe 17 when or something when I saw it, but I enjoyed it and. It seems like with
Back in Action, Looney Tunes Back in Action,
sounds like that, right? Yeah, they're like in Paris and stuff like that.
Wait, did you see the new Space Jam?
I hated it. LeBron James is horrible as an actor. Like he should not do it.
It kind of works with him in
Trainwreck.
Trainwreck,
yeah, because it's small doses.
Small part. And
yeah, you can cut away, and you got Bill Hader there, perfect. But LeBron James leading, and he's talking to
like Michael's good.
Michael is better than LeBron, and don't get me wrong, Michael is not good.
Well, but also not only that. It's a challenging role because regular acting is hard enough, but they're doing like the green screen acting, like acting with a fucking tennis ball. So like even good actors, it's hard to do, let alone novices.
Well, Jordan did it with tennis balls. LeBron did it with people in green suits. So at least people were able to talk to him. He's able to look at stuff. But even then, his eye lines didn't seem right sometimes either. I was like, come on, dude. Like with the technology.
His eye line or his hairline?
Both. And 3-point lines if you watched the Minnesota game yesterday. Which to me, to touch on that just for a second, the tip of his shoe definitely went over that line. But where he was standing on the line, like right on it, his foot hovered over it. So he was behind the line. But when he went to jump is when it touched.
Well, I don't know. Is it like football where it's a plane where you just have to break the plane, or you actually have to be down on the?
You have to be down on it. You can jump
because
over
you can do a
line.
jump shot where you like they stick their leg out and they fade
but
away.
Dwayne Wade, something I thought anybody you could jump forward. Dwayne Wade, you can jump from as long as you're behind the line and you jump forward.
You land over
that still
the line?
counts as a 3.
Okay.
So there was a game winner that he stole the ball from I think it was from the Bulls and he ran down the other court and just. Boop, and shot basically almost from the free throw line, but obviously moving and still drained it and won the game they needed.
How about a round of applause for the Detroit Pistons
for finally winning, not have the longest losing record for an NBA?
Congratulations, guys.
Well, they beat the Raptors, who were shorthanded. And the Raptors, I believe was it last night, they traded people? And so they were shorthanded. Well, Detroit wasn't. So they didn't have all their, obviously their more prominent players. So they just barely won. They were like 2 points. I'm happy for them, but then they're like, it just goes to show we can keep it up with all these. I was like, motherfucker, this does not show anything. Because if that team was like full,
even at 71%, you guys have
you barely made it. But Lakers are full health and they lost. And well,
I mean, what are they? 17 and 16?
Yeah,
they're not.
But so, and I'm fine. I'm 100. I'm fine with them getting the 7th seed. That's great. They got to do the play-in.
They're talking playoffs already.
They're always talk playoffs. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
what's it? 80 something games, right? 82,
84,
84. Okay,
it's either 84 or 82. Yeah.
So it's like.
Yeah, imagine 2 games.
Started, dude, like,
2 games in, man, they're not going to make the playoffs. Yeah, they'll maybe get the play-in. This is not looking good. But like last year, they
by the way, Rams just clinched a playoff spot today.
So, fucking the Bucks lost, so they have to win next week. So I'm upset because you would think they would destroy the Saints. Not think, but like they should have.
Yeah.
And they didn't. So now they're playing next week.
Who are the Bucks playing? I'm not sure.
I don't know either. Detroit made it, right?
Yes.
Football. I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
Goff. So I was watching a little bit of that game, and I was like, Mike has to be stressed the fuck out
to lose as hard as they could, and the Giants were like, nope.
Well, when
when
that guy ran back the ball, I was like, I didn't see. I was like, did he intercept? Not realizing it was a punt return. Yeah. Oh, was it a kickoff?
Punt return.
Okay, punt return. And I was like, oh, get him. Like I saw that replay, and they have got him. Maybe he lateraled the ball. Nope. Just didn't get tackled and ran. So again, my first thought is always you when it's like the Rams. I'm like either Mike's or Mike Senior.
He's in the field position.
Yeah, living right now. He's outside screaming, or he's inside of his car, like just screaming. Obviously, racial slurs. I would imagine. Yeah. But at the same time,
you damn Uzbekistanis.
Yeah. But then they won by a point.
They won by 1 point.
Yeah, field goal.
That's the second game that I can recall this season where they won because the team missed the field goal at the end.
And that was pretty bad miss. Like it was short.
That was far though. That was 55 yards.
But you would think if you were Andre Dramatica, you would make a 70-yard field goal and then you jump in celebration and tear your ACL. And it's never fun to make.
I always love guys who do home runs. They jump on home plate.
My sciatic, or just something, or they're celebrating the UFC. They do a backflip.
Oh, they've done that too.
Yeah, and I get it. You're excited. You're super happy, but that's why they say for baseball, like, don't do that. Yeah. Just touch the plate, and then we'll celebrate over here.
Throw some Gatorade on you.
Yeah, but like, don't jump on it because you just might land. You might even land flat, but it's just like that slightly uneven pavement or whatever it is. That little rock that was there, whoop, and your cleat just slightly elevated. Put too much weight on your ankle, snap. But back to the Muppets.
Yes.
So now I kind of want to watch the other Muppets as well, like you said, because I feel like if they're gonna all be like this,
I just want to watch the Muppet Show. Like that was super fun and silly.
They canceled after one season. It came back on HBO was showing it, I think.
No, I mean like just classic ones.
Oh, okay.
Old time ones.
Yeah, Muppet Babies, they redid it in like the early 2000s, and it was not good. Yeah. Okay. The original Muppet Babies, I looked it up because I was like, why have I not seen this on Disney Plus or something like that? They can't licensing wise, they can't get it because they inserted clips from like other shows apparently, and they can't get the rights.
I got a little nervous because for some reason I assumed it was HBO Max, or maybe I was just watching something on HBO Max at the time. I was watching Harry Potter's, and then
Which one are you on now?
5. I've just finished 5. Order of the Phoenix.
Okay,
so I'm on
that one's okay.
I'm on 6. It was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. Which one, as of right now, which one's your favorite still?
The end of 4 was intense when he gets
touched
into the graveyard.
When they touch Pattinson,
Yeah.
Pattinson's kill. Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
This was before he had Twilight, so
Yeah,
it's fine.
And then number 6, what's his face dies too. Spoiler.
Ron. Yeah.
Number 5, I mean, Sirius died.
Yeah. He gets killed by her Carter.
Yeah.
I always forget her
Helena
name.
Bonham Carter.
Yeah. What was her name in the thing? Beatrice Kiddo.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name. Something like that.
Miss Tim Burton, I think.
Yeah. Well,
It made me angry because I'm like, does she just not do regular movies? Like
I know.
she always has to wearing rags.
I don't know if they're
and
together
crazy
anymore.
hair.
Though. I understand. Helena Bonham Carter.
I think they're divorced,
I don't think. Yeah. I don't even know if they're ever married.
Oh, that's the thing. Like, you didn't go fucking wear a tracksuit in your next movie. Like, be regular, please, for the love of God.
I don't know what I was watching. I think it was Slow Horses.
Everywhere I go, I have to talk like this.
Yeah.
What?
I think. Do shut up.
Because even Fight Club was the most modern movie. She fucking still looked like that. Like, is that just your thing?
I haven't been fucked like that since grade
Yeah,
school.
like, come on.
Wait, is that the one they took out? What did they take out? Or like, oh no, they wanted
want to have your abortion.
Yeah, that was the original line. Yeah, then they're like, hey, you can't do that. Just, okay, how about I haven't been fucked like that since grade. And you think about it, she wasn't British in that, right? She was American technically.
Sure.
So grade school is elementary, but I think grade school in England, the UK, goes to middle school. Is middle school through, not like it is here.
Teacher.
Well, you should be.
Okay.
But anyway.
So I was on HBO Max and I looked up Muppet, and
Porn?
I didn't see it. Or like some little shorts came up. I'm like, oh my god, is it off streaming now? Then I realized, oh, it's Disney. Okay, so I went on there.
Yeah.
I found it. I watched it.
It's like a hurricane. That's gonna be in my head. Did you? Okay, so that was my next one. Did you watch our movies? Using Rizzo to rub the window made me laugh
So
too
good.
fucking
Well,
hard.
that's not my favorite joke. My favorite.
You
joke.
haven't told me the joke. So what is
Okay,
it?
my favorite joke is they're in the office. It's Kermit with all the rats, and he's like, could we perhaps?
And they would
a
look,
little...
and they're like, yeah, no. Is it that part?
That part too, but
That
like
made
the
me laugh.
actual joke, or he's like, maybe we can throw on another log. And
How about I do his voice? Because I could do Kermit pretty
Kermit
well.
the Frog.
Kermit the Frog.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Hey, sir, can we put on a little more wood for the fire?
I think it's coal, but anyway. So Scrooge
So
goes.
they're breathing in the carbon monoxide.
So Scrooge goes. Maybe they can do more coal. And the unemployment line, right?
Yeah.
So it cuts back to the rats, and they're in like tropical clothing. They're like, oh, it's nice and warm in here now. Because he totally caved on wanting to be warm.
Yeah.
I just fucking,
They immediately just are like, oh man,
They're playing,
boss,
like, ukuleles,
it's too
like,
hot in
"Ooh,
here.
I don't know."
Yeah.
so stupid.
The interaction they had when Kermit's like, but
Tomorrow's Christmas, sir.
and he's like, and or whatever, and they're like, oh yeah, no.
They're like, yeah, we should get the day off. No, we don't need to do that.
they're back and forth. Oh, why would you even say that? No, we don't do that.
Yeah.
So like
So
they're like,
good.
yeah. Oh no, yeah, we don't do that, Kermit. This is actually the first movie where Kermit was not the lead character.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is it was Michael Caine.
Well, it can't be. I mean, unless
Yeah, you truly. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. I was reading the stuff on IMDb. So Michael Caine, when he found out they were going to do this movie, he was like, I need to be in this. Like, I need to be Scrooge. Like, he sought out Brian
Wait, does he
Henson.
love Scrooge or he loves Muppets?
Muppets.
Oh,
so he
okay.
originally wanted to be in the show in the 70s because you had people like,
Why wouldn't he have been?
well, I don't know if it's specifically said, but other UK actors were because they're recording this in the UK, and so they had like shit. Do I have IMDb open? I don't, but it listed a couple of like known British male actors at that time, and he wanted to be. I don't know if it was like things just didn't work out.
Yeah, it didn't work.
But he wanted. So once it was canceled, he's like, fuck,
Missed it.
But then when he found this out, it's he's like, I have to be Scrooge, under one condition. I'm doing this straight. Like, I'm gonna be like a theater actor in this. I'm not gonna like. I'm talking to these Muppets like they're people. I'm doing this. Jim Henson's like, yeah,
that's
fucking.
of course.
Or not Jim. Sorry, Brian was like, yeah, fucking slay, dude, and he did. Like,
Was Jim dead already?
he had to have been.
I don't know what year he died.
Well, that's okay. Yeah, you look that up.
I'll look that up. A
Let's
lot of
see.
looking up and not knowing shit. And that's what we do here, folks.
I like Michael.
Jim Henson.
I like Michael Caine yelling or crying.
Oh,
the
yeah,
best.
81. He died in 1981.
Oh, way young.
No, he died in 1990.
Okay, so 2 years prior.
Yeah,
When did Crichton die? Was that like 2000 something? 2005?
Something like that,
Okay. Is there a graph? I'm sure there's a graph that'll tell you when he died. Like, there's got to be something.
Years living just keeps going up and then just
It just plummets. Yeah. It goes below the line, and it goes into a coffin. It just goes straight into a fucking coffin. That's fucked up.
It's literally just X equals Y or Y equals X, so 1 for 1 until that. And then
Negative. It goes to negatives.
Oh man, it's so good.
Kermit and the rats are super silly. So how do feather pens work?
Quill pens?
So feather pens. So they dunk it in the ink, right? They have their jar of ink.
I just realized I don't know how to spell Crichton.
Crichton.
Crichton. Okay, there it is. He died in 2008.
Oh shit! So not well. I mean, it was a while ago, almost 20 years, but.
I don't know what he looks like. That's exactly
white,
what I thought
tall,
he looked like.
White, yeah. Nerd. But so how do quill pens work? Because if they dunk it in the ink, right? I feel like you can get a letter and then maybe 2, and then you gotta go. Unless there's some kind of
They're very scratchy. When you hear people write,
they're super fine, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you're writing with a needle, truly.
Well, maybe. And I am not a calligrapher, so I couldn't tell you.
You didn't go to calligraphy school?
No.
What a fucking loser.
I went to
The School of Hard
pole
Knocks.
dancing class a couple times.
As you should. Yeah.
No, as I recall, according to Michael Crichton, birds' bones are hollow, right?
Okay.
So they got some spaces. So maybe when they dip them, some ink goes up.
That's
so
what I was
like,
thinking. Yeah,
and
that's
then
what I was thinking. Like
comes out.
maybe when you do that, there's like a sack there or something that just holds it, and then maybe as you're maybe no, I don't know. Maybe you pinch.
we don't have to
I'm not that smart. Let's see here.
Let's take a class.
Okay, when he
my handwriting is terrible, by the way.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
You write a little small and spelling errors.
Yes.
When he closed the door on Gonzo, and his voice changed, and his nose was now pushed in. Did you see the little kids near the end when they're like when Michael or when Scrooge is like happy now, right? He's going to the street. There's those little kids wearing the red uniforms. They're like singing, and the wood kid gets hit with the bell.
Yeah,
and his face like it crunched. Yeah. So I feel like the puppeteer just like
that's one of the things with like there's always stuff going on like even in the background. So you have to look like little stupid jokes going on like that too.
Yeah.
Also like. There was a couple moments, like whenever you see like Kermit walking, like that's either
the ground is moving,
computer generated or whatever, whatever it is. But like the scenes where there's like a bunch of like fruit, like in a cart, or just a bunch of characters like all at once, like is that a bunch of people like standing next to each other, like with their fucking hands in there?
That's a good question.
Like it just seems like especially like that dinner scene, there's like
a lot,
40 puppets in that bitch.
The line I wrote here was
one person has like 2 going at once. But let's
maybe he has his head in one and then he has his hands in the other ones and he's
fucking feet just pulling strings and shit.
He's in Cirque du Soleil and he's up there doing it. He's like, just wave your arms around, dude. Okay, you got it. Blow.
I mean, they're super talented, but yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. And even that scene alone, I was like, did Scrooge just go, hey, everybody, let's go to this guy's fucking house and let's just eat dinner? Like, people that this motherfucker probably doesn't even know.
They still had to, like, bake that turkey.
It's
like,
at least, 4 hours?
4 hours.
That's a big fucking turkey. Yeah, so you got, I mean, what is it, a pound? It's an hour for every pound. And that was probably 20 pounds? 10 pounds?
That's an hour a pound.
It is for a roast.
Not for turkey.
That's fair.
People cook turkey for
dry
12 hours.
I would love a deep fried turkey right now. Have you ever had a turducken?
Yes. Mom made it one
time. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah. Shout out Mondo.
A lot of work.
That's your brother.
Right.
I don't know why I gave you a dirty look. I was like, that's your brother. Like, let's see here.
The what was I gonna say? Oh my god, now I forgot.
I said this before I started recording. The Gonzo nose kiss by Rizzo. He's like, nah. Like just, again, more Rizzo and Gonzo, more Rizzo and Charles.
I'm assuming he came out after Midnight Cowboy. Ratso Rizzo, because that's the character's name.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Really Yorkie sounding and shit. So.
Why did she? Okay, so why did Scrooge? Why did his lady leave him? Because he loved money.
Yes,
but it didn't seem like that was the thing at the time. So she's like, because he didn't want to go to that flashback, right? He didn't want to see what his past was like. Like, please don't show it.
It's the lost love of his life, so he didn't want to relive that.
Right, and I get that.
Well, you can think almost like this isn't what they're going for, but like The Godfather, right? Part 2, where she's
it's like all flashback.
Where she's like, oh, Michael, you said 7 years ago, in 7 years or whatever, 5 years, we'll be 100% legitimate. We'll be out of the organized crime, but we're still here. He's like, oh, just give me a little more time, baby, whatever it is. So like, she just finally got fed up with it. So that's the same. His wife or his fiance, it was always something else. Like, oh, I haven't made enough money. We need a little more time because the market is down. But really, he just cares about money.
So She had said to him like, how you doing? He's like, we're poor, we're doing whatever. So he was lying to her.
No, it's just his focus became money.
To me,
that was the love of his life.
To me, at that point, it didn't seem like it. Like, to me, it seemed like he was trying to make the money for her, right? He's like, I'm trying. Like,
but that's the excuse that I guess guys use in this case. Like, it's always like, oh, we just need a little more. But really, it's the chase that they're in love with.
But, bless you. Oh, that was a burp. So, and I get that, but it's just, I guess it didn't give me enough.
Like, when she sees him talk about money, like, it lights up his eyes. She's like, oh, you talk about money like you used to talk about your love for me.
She said that?
Something along those lines.
So, yeah, I didn't catch that. Okay. Because it's not that I wasn't paying attention.
But that's the gist.
Okay. Because then she just leaves him like that. Like, you think he'd be like, hey, baby, come on, let's work this shit out. Nah.
Yeah, I mean, it's also an hour and a half movie. So
I know, truly. I mean, when it was done.
Get going.
Yeah, when it was done, I was like, that was enjoyable, but I wanted a little more out of that.
Well, they do spend a lot of time, a couple things, with that first ghost. Also, that first ghost, super creepy.
Yeah.
Like a doll.
It was like wet.
Porcelain
and
doll.
Yeah. Not only that, but it
Come with me, Scrooge.
Yeah.
Come play with me.
Come play with me in the past. I don't want to touch you, bitch.
Yeah.
But like, not even that. Her eyes are kind of far apart too.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is
Super
fucking me up. Like, I could see that as like the Reaper. Like, maybe he takes off his hood and it's like, hello.
I was always waiting for like fucking like Fozzie Bear or something to stick his head out of the thing. But
Waka waka.
Yeah. And that was kind of a Kermit in that too. Can you do a Fozzie voice?
I don't remember. No.
Okay.
Wait, what's the dog's name with the long ears?
I didn't write this note down, but I was like, okay, if that's a fucking dog, Fozzie's a bear. They look pretty close besides the ears.
No, they don't.
Yes, They're
not even the same color.
Either way, I don't know that fucking dog's name, but he was like the piano player, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is
And
his
then Animal
name?
was the drummer, I think. Yeah,
Always.
Yeah. And he was getting anxious, right? He like wanted to play. Is that what his thing was like?
Yeah.
I love
the saddest part for me is the little guy that he says like, oh, what day is it today? It's Christmas Day.
the little mouse,
But no, is it a mouse?
something like that. Gerbil.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah.
The guinea pig.
Yeah.
When before the day before where he's like just
dick to him?
shivering
Yeah.
in the newspapers because
I thought he was gonna kick him.
That was super sad. I'm like, oh no.
I thought he's gonna be like, 'cause he's at the door, right? He's like, hey, Scrooge, can we do this? He's like, yeah, let me just, and just like straight punt him away.
Well, it's a little later. They show him and he's like just freezing in the newspapers. It's
That's what he fucking gets. Insulate, buddy.
Yeah.
Insulate. And he also, Scrooge is that how things worked back then? He's like, yeah, just go to the store and buy it. And then, but I know he gives him the money.
Yeah.
But he's like, just go there and buy it and get it for me. That little mouse, whatever the fuck he is let's just say a foot off the ground. And that turkey he's carrying, 15 pounds?
Yeah.
Like triple
big
his.
bird.
Yeah. So I do like that there's a point where he's like, oh, let's go, friend. And he goes above the turkey to see where he's at for a second. And then he goes back and I was like, wouldn't that mean his arms just stretched out? Because like he sticks out. But again, that's super silly because it's the fucking Muppets.
Yeah.
What other notes do I have? Christmas present kids singing. When hit in the face. Oh, okay. We talked about that. First Muppet movie. Okay. If you were Scrooge
Uh-huh.
and you can choose one of those those ghosts that came to you. So the past, the present, and the future. I know you're not going to choose the future. Well, maybe if you want to know what it's about. But if you can only be visited by one of those, which one would you rather see? So you can see
Like, yeah. The
what
past
your friends
is too nostalgic.
Okay.
So it's sad, bittersweet.
Sure.
The present is...
You can see all your friends.
like people in showers.
That's your present, big boy.
And then the future. You have to go future. So you know.
But that's such a spooky ghost.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, the present guy is cool and fun.
yeah, he seems silly.
Yeah.
Because he can only live in the now.
He reminded me of a Tungus from the AM/PM commercials. That big monster with
okay,
Tungus,
yeah.
makes
Yeah.
snacks, whatever.
I'll say he kind of reminds me of like a caveman, just like a dummy. Just
Or the dwarf from Lord of the Rings.
The main guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
The main dwarf with the axe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that main, but okay, yeah.
Well, he's the only dwarf.
I know, but I thought you were thinking like Hobbit with all those dwarves.
Oh no. Well, you would have said Hobbit, and then I would have. Okay. So actually, now that we talk about Lord of the Rings real quick, just bear with me. What series of movies are you more familiar with? Are we talking Star Wars, Star Trek. I know it's not Star Trek, but Star Trek, Lord of the Rings. What are the ones? I had it last night. It was Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings.
Marvel?
No, it wasn't that.
Harry Potter?
No, I knew you were watching those. There was one other one I can't remember. But okay, let's just say out of those three, which one are you most familiar with?
I mean, I'm not an expert on any of them, I wouldn't say. The ones I've probably seen the most would probably be Star Wars.
It's interesting. Okay.
Because Lord of the Rings I've seen, of course, but I haven't seen it as many times as Star Wars. Literally, probably just for the running time. Like, it just takes too long.
Yeah. Well, there's the director cuts for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Like, those are like 3.5 hours. Like, dude, Pete,
I was going to buy the 4K. I don't know if I have it or not. I forget. I think I do.
Yeah.
The 4K box with all the...
Yeah.
with all the,
Yeah.
maybe I'll watch those. I have to finish Harry Potter first. Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Well, if you just finished 6.
No, I finished 5.
Okay, so you have 3 more.
Yeah.
And no, 7, 8, 9. No, you have 4 more.
No, 6 and 7 is 2 parts, right?
No, I thought 7 and 8. Oh no, I thought 7
8.
was fine. 7 was by itself, and then 8 was 2 parts.
No, I think there's 8 movies, not 9 movies.
Okay, then that's fair. Okay.
There's 7 books.
Okay, so my sister, we would refer to her a lot when seeing those movies because she had read them, and so whenever we
Harry Potter?
yeah,
Okay.
so whenever we'd see the movie, like, hey Ness, did that happen? Does that happen? She's like, I don't remember, but like, so she's the worst.
Yeah.
But well, she's not. She's very smart. But at the same time, there's a few things about the final movie that I was like, and then also
don't tell me.
I'm not saying anything. But then also to think now of J.K. Rowling just being a fucking shit.
Yeah.
But she's not only a billionaire. I mean, that whole series is the most purchased book ever.
Yeah.
Like over 600 million copies. 600 million, that's the whole run.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
one through 8 or 1 through 7. 600 million. Like, that's nuts to think that in each book.
And then I wonder if her deal got better as the
books
progressed.
I could see it.
Because I mean, I don't know what royalties for authors are,
Right.
like broken down to like the books themselves.
Right.
But I don't know. Maybe she made $1 a book or something like that. But I wonder if it got better as they got, because they were popular in their time. Mm-hmm. Were they or were they not? Do you not recall?
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. I saw many kids reading them in school and stuff.
And then also, were any of the films already released by the time she was doing the later books?
Yes. I believe the first one when Sorcerer's Stone.
When did it come?
It's Philosopher if you're in the UK.
Yeah.
But,
Philosopher's Stone.
I believe she was not
1996 or something like that, right? The book.
Yeah,
because
because they're only a little younger than us.
And then
like Radcliffe is like 35, and so well, let's just see. Let's just see. Yeah. Do you have any other notes? Anything you want to talk about? So I can.
I mean. No, I just love it so much. We were talking about Michael Caine's singing, which is not great.
Not good at all. Yeah, talk about it.
It's okay. It's serviceable, but there's a couple high notes where you're just like, but it's not like we're like looking for like amazing singing in Muppet movies. Because even the Muppets, everyone's always just in a chorus like dun, 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 na, na, na. So I don't need like amazing singing, and he only has that one solo song, so it's not a big deal. But my favorite song is the Scrooge song at the beginning, because I don't think you see his face till he like turns around and goes humbug, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bow humbug.
Yeah.
Real quick. So.
Also, have you ever read A Christmas Carol?
Yeah, in school.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever read it.
Middle school, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. J.K. Rowling finished the Harry Potter series before the first movie was made, but the final book in the series is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. It was published in 2007, while the first movie, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, came out in 2001. So she finished the series, but it was not published yet.
She just fucking
Railed
blows
it out. Yeah.
George R.R. Martin out of the fucking water.
Yeah, that guy's the fucking worst.
Like she had that shit boom, 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 ready to go.
Like he's like, hey guys, a new book's
When
coming out.
did the first one come out? The book? 96?
Let's see.
A lot of clickety clacks going on here right now. This is us checking stuff, everybody. Enjoy it.
It came out in
First published.
1997.
Oh, I was close.
Yeah. Philosopher's Stone. In the
Because
UK.
the like his stupid cousin or aunt's house or whatever looks kind of 80s-ish, right? So it's set in the 80s, I'm assuming.
No, I would say 90s at least, because even the cars seemed relatively. And then, but as you go later,
I can't tell with British cars because they're all fucking little stupid minis and
they're all
shit.
minis and Fiats.
The fucking double-decker buses look like they've looked since fucking 1950 or whatever.
Yeah. But they're natural fuel now.
Natural gas.
Electric, natural gas.
They're hybrid.
But as the movies progress, though, the cars, there's a few times when you'll see the cars that they do.
Yeah, like that old-ass blue car that Ron drives or flies and
well,
shit.
That's because his parents are fucking poor. Yeah. They have like 8 kids. Like, how do you think you have one that's a professor and the other one that, I don't know what the fuck the mom does.
I don't know.
Like, so you think
No,
that...
he's professor. No, the dad works at the Ministry of Magic.
Okay, that's fair. But either way, and then what does the mom do? Stay at home, possibly? Yeah. But anyway.
Also, I like how Ron's sister's just always there, like not having any lines. He's just staring at Harry longingly.
Yeah. She does. She starts to get those lines. Oh, no, I don't want to say.
Genie?
Something like that, yeah. There was...
And the twins are his brothers, right? Ron's brothers?
They're twins in real life.
What?
Yeah. The guy that... What's that little wiener guy's name? He's kind of tall. You're like, ooh.
Oh, yeah.
He had a glow up.
Dumpy?
After the show.
Dumpsville?
Yeah. After the movie was done.
Did he really? Is he buff now?
Yeah, he got like pretty cut.
Fuck.
Not bad looking, yeah.
Harry.
I'm truly happy for a lot of those guys. Like, because Ron hasn't really had a career. Emma Watson.
They're just so rich.
Yeah.
She's been in a lot of stuff, though.
She has, but not like good stuff. And then Daniel Radcliffe's been in a lot of things and a lot of indie movies, which I'm happy for him. There's a lot of talk that he could be the next Wolverine. And
that's interesting.
Yeah, but I think Edgerton, the young Edgerton could pull it off pretty good.
Like burly and angry enough.
Yeah, they're not stocky, but they can be. Like Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliff. There's a photo of him recently.
Cho's pretty now.
Of
Neville.
Neville.
Yeah,
Longbottom.
he does look good. Yeah,
another one. Daniel Radcliff was fucking ripped,
super ripped,
like just shredded.
Well, I was watching part 4 or something like that.
Yeah,
where the horny ghost is like almost statutory raping him in the bath. Unless she's young too. She's young too, right?
I don't. That's still rape.
Anyway,
it's not consent.
But because he gets in with his shirt off, he's already buff, and he's like fucking 15 years old. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Some people are natural, like me, Daniel.
Yeah,
like we have actually.
You and Zach.
Yeah, he and I have the same birthday too.
Who? You and who?
Radcliffe.
Really? Yeah. I had the same one as Ving Rhames.
I found I had the same birthday as Marlon Wayans today.
No shit.
I was like, son of a bitch.
Good for you.
We're so similar.
Yeah.
I was looking at all the Wayans. I even mentioned it earlier. Like
he's funny. You're Brandon.
He's funny, successful, charming. You're you. You know, you're the quintessential Brandon that we all somewhat have to put up with.
Yes.
But anyway.
Every time I watch Muppet movies, if we're going back into Muppet movies, I just want to watch more.
Yeah,
like it's just
and they're all very short. Funny. They're all like hour and a half, which is perfect because it's a comedy. And it's there's.
I watched it this morning.
As did I. Yeah. It's because it's a quick watch. Just on my tablet. I was like,
oh no, I'm sorry. I started it last night.
Okay,
and
so
it was just late.
Yeah,
because I kept falling asleep like 10 minutes in. I'm like, I'll start tomorrow.
Do you ever, when you're starting to doze off, like, you're watching on your TV or you're on your laptop or tablet?
Television.
Okay. So that's a little different because sometimes when I'm watching something on my tablet and I start to I feel myself going, every now and then I'll like jerk out my arm. Sometimes I'm holding my dick, so it hurts really bad. Yeah. It wakes me up real quick, but I'll jerk real hard and I'll hit my tablet or something like that.
Oh, that's funny.
What is happening? And
I used to have dreams where, I guess it was soccer balls. But like it would be on the field and it would come at my face. I'd go,
yeah,
and it'd like wake me up.
Yeah, well, it's like falling
before I go
falling, chew through my ball sack. But
oh my god, the voice. I think it's a different episode.
I think that is. Do you have any other notes about this?
Well, you made me forget what I was going to say. Damn it!
Okay. The fucking spider thingy that was there in that final scene when they're all having dinner. That spider thing that was like trying to take Scrooge's stolen stuff from those other Muppets.
Yeah, that thing was weird.
What the fuck was that? I was like, oh my god, that's
that whole
almost
scene. I'm like, what are they doing?
Well, they're selling his shit, like from his dead. Like they're like, oh, I took this from his bed. It's still warm.
Right.
So I'm not going to.
I got his curtains.
Yeah. I don't know why all my British people are like just poor.
Yeah,
they're just cockney.
Well,
oi, what's all this?
Dickensian is that poor.
Yeah,
you know.
Oh, you can go to sheets.
England.
Yeah. But that spider thing is like almost nightmare fuel because it's a puppet. So it made me think of It. Like, because it became that spider form too with the long ass legs. But he was sitting so close to Scrooge. I'm gonna take that fucking coat from this motherfucker. I'm gonna shank him real quick.
What's the spider from Lord of the Rings? Shalhoub or something like that?
Tony? Yeah, Tony's in it.
Shimo?
I don't.
Shmi?
You've probably seen Lord of the Rings.
Shamat?
I've seen Lord of the Rings maybe twice each one.
Shimo.
But I know enough about them where I'm like, oh, this is great. And I didn't read.
I remember seeing that scene. It's part 3, right? Return of the King?
Something like that. Oh, when it's Frodo.
Yeah, when it
oh
gets Frodo.
fuck, dude, that's
super creepy.
Yeah, that's anything spider related. I'm pretty much out because spiders are real. And they're not enormous like that. There are huge ones in like Australia.
Did the spiders from Jumanji freak you out?
And the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, but obviously I could tell they were fake. But like,
I don't know, they're pretty bulbous and they had the long, creepy legs.
Yeah, but it was like they were just jittering.
Yeah.
They weren't like independent arm moving.
Yeah.
So it's like they were just somebody underneath, like, moving it.
I don't know when that one comes out his face.
Yeah, but that was probably just animatronics or something like that. Yeah, but you are right. Like,
super creepy.
It's creepy because spiders are anytime there's something real that's in real life, right? Like an anaconda. I'm just
like a Meg.
A Meg, yeah. Because I don't want no anaconda. Yeah. And like a megalodon.
Well, yours don't want none unless it's got buns, hon.
Right.
Yeah.
Because also, like, when you bring your milkshake to the yard, and you're just like, damn right, like this milkshake is gonna be better than your. But so, megalodon though, I don't know if is that one actually real. Have they found those large mouths of sharks? Is that what it is?
I think it's like a prehistoric shark that doesn't exist anymore.
So I know it. Okay, so I understand like it wouldn't exist, but do we have like the bones?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so if we don't have bones, I can't believe it.
Well, that's the thing about like fossils.
Did I ever tell you about?
You can find ocean fossils in like places that used to be underwater, and now there's no water there anymore. So you'll find like the seashell.
So like a lot of places.
Yeah. But like big ass ones like that, I don't know. I don't think so.
Did I ever say about that friend of mine that she didn't believe that dinosaurs are real? Because she's like, I don't know who put those fossils there. And I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Did she go to like some weird church?
She is religious. She's religious. But I don't know if she's, like gnarly religious. Like won't watch Harry Potter because it's like wizardry kind of shit. Like it's like, the dark arts. But
like Michael Jackson, where he had to put he's not part of the occult in front of the Thriller video because he's Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah. Oh, was he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's such a long music video too. It's like 13 minutes. It's good. So
I saw a video. There's like a YouTube short, like two cool guys. Like they're like, oh, Thriller comes out, and then they go, and they just do it really good.
There's a video game recently that I saw that they had an Easter egg, and it was a demo actually. And as you're beating the demo, a zombie comes out, and you go to shoot it. It's not doing anything, but it starts doing the Thriller dance.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it's silly. But yeah, that friend of mine, when she told me that, I was truly
gobsmacked,
baffled. And now I understand to have the notion of like, to not trust like the government or whatever. Yeah. I get it. But like,
well, because everyone always leans on the fact, like during the 1880s, whenever they first started finding like these big fossils, there was a lot of shysters that were like, "Ooh, how about this one?" It was like plaster or some shit. Like, so they made the fake bones. So that's that. I understand that. Skepticism of it,
but once they do the test,
once
they take a little piece out and they're like, all right, we're gonna carbon date this or whatever the fuck they do.
Well, it is like stone too, so it's not actual bone or something like that
because it's been there so long,
petrified or whatever.
But they have to have some kind of way to prove, that it's like that. Because those are calcium. And calcium is...
I don't know. I'm not a geologist. I don't know.
Well, I don't know if geologists would also know about that. Because wouldn't that be
like rocks and shit?
A boneologist? My only regret is that I have bonitis. So, but I greatly...
Well, I know carbon dating only works for... It doesn't work super duper old. They have to do some
What's the one they do with trees? Is that carbon dating? With the rings?
It's just...
I'm just counting the rings.
You have to become a Lord of the Rings to be able to count the age. This is the dumbest thing we've ever talked about.
It's not. We've had some pretty shitty jokes that obviously make us laugh.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about the other day how many instances have talked about Ed Harris being old and his dick. Like multiple episodes we've talked about Ed Harris and his dick. And then also, why is he not dead yet? Only because he's been old since the Abyss.
80s,
Yeah, like motherfucker was bald. He was probably like 25. And
there's like one picture of him on the interwebs of him young, and he's still fucking bald.
Yeah.
It's just black and white, and he looks handsomer.
When you see him in The Rock, right? So that's Sean Connery, that's already, let's just say 50. You got Nick Cage, and is probably late 20s.
Sean had to be not 60s already.
Okay, that's fine. So you would think Ed Harris and Sean Connery probably in the same age range, but I don't think that's the case. Like, I think he might have been in his 40s.
He might be 10 years younger, 15 years younger.
Whatever it is, He's old. Yeah, he's old. And Morgan Freeman has just always been forever old to me too. Wow, even though in Shawshank he looked pretty good, but like I recently rewatched Lucy, and there's a few close-ups with him. Like, man, the motherfucker's old. And then seeing him now, it's almost like he has like his eyes are sort of glazed, like cataract sort of looking thing.
What was he, like 88?
Something like that. I mean,
well, maybe he's not that old.
He's not as old as Clint.
Clint's 93?
Something old as dirt. Mm-hmm. Like he's old in sliced bread. Mel Gibson. No, I'm sorry, Mel Gibson. Mel Brooks is in his 90s too. Yeah. And I would, if you could meet either one of those, Clint or Mel, who would you rather meet?
Gibson?
No, Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks. Oh, I'm sorry.
I did say Gibson first, and I corrected myself with Brooks. So Mel Brooks or Clint Eastwood.
Mel Brooks is probably a better time.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he'd be
Clint is
he's still got to be sharp.
Yeah.
But from my understanding, Clint is still very funny, but he's like a Tommy Lee Jones. Too. He's a Tommy Lee Jones, just like if he doesn't like you, he doesn't like you. Yeah.
There's like a lot of groans and
yeah. Hey Tommy, you want some steak? Tom, I don't know that gurgling. I can't differentiate the good gurgles and bad gurgles. Yeah. Okay, bud.
They're Scrooge-esque, all of them.
Yeah, but then how about this? Who is the best actor, Clint or Tommy Lee?
Actor? Tommy Lee.
Yeah,
100%.
Did you like? We're almost done. But did you like? Which you like better, Fugitive or U.S. Marshal?
Fugitive. What?
I think so? I don't know. U.S. Marshal's pretty fucking good.
Wesley, I mean, Robert Downey's good too.
Yeah.
Wesley's good, but no. Fugitive, 100%.
There was a thing I was watching of Jack Black.
You're dumb for asking.
I'm sorry. Jack Black was being interviewed, and they were asking about Tropic Thunder, and he's like, "Oh man, Tropic Thunder, I love that movie, man. It was before RDJ became what he is, this billion-dollar person. Ben was doing his thing. Like, there wasn't exactly like the cancel aspect of it, but I understand people's argument for it, and I get it. But like at that time, like we're all in on it. But that movie was so fun,
super good.
And I think I had told you this. I didn't like it the first time I saw it. Just like there's many movies that I didn't like the first time. Kung Pao, I hated, but then watching it that second time, I was like, why did I not like this movie?
Yeah,
because it's so good, and it's graphic at times. But Danny McBride, before Danny McBride did Eastbound and Down, Ben kind of pushing the limits with, because I think he directed. I don't know if he wrote.
Oh yeah, 100% he did.
Okay, so it's
out there.
It came out at the right time.
Yeah,
like if it was a year or two later, probably not. A year or two sooner, probably wouldn't have done as well as it did. But holy fuck, like you just got bangers in that whole movie. Tom Cruise, unfortunately that leaked right before the movie was coming out because they had pictures from the set, like, and they found out it was Tom Cruise. But even that, he was gonna have his own spin-off movie. And Les Grossman, McConaughey in the movie.
Yeah,
like you have A actors in that. Like almost every single one of those people in that movie was A actor, and even a disheveled. The Hook Hands was Nolte. Even he brought it in that movie.
It was just on recently or something. I caught the end of it. No, I believe I was watching maybe the YouTubes and I was watching a movie and I fell asleep, and when I woke up, it was playing now.
Nice.
So I caught the very end.
It's just the right movie.
Yeah.
And anyway, so you enjoyed the Muppet Christmas Carol. Mm-hmm. I greatly enjoyed it. It's not going to make me go read Charles Dickens in any way, shape, or form because I've read enough of it in my youth. But it was enjoyable.
Yeah.
So the next movie that we're going to do, Mike, which is actually going to be one of our... Well, it's not the newest movie that we've done since when doing the podcast because I think when we did the Batman...
We did that. Watch it.
Yeah, it was still in theaters when we did the podcast. And there might have been one other movie. I think it was... I don't recall. There was one other one.
Okay.
Or maybe not. Maybe we saw Top Gun, but we talked about it in the podcast. We didn't review it.
The new Maverick?
Yeah.
Did we really?
Yeah. We talked about it. We didn't review it.
Oh, gotcha. We just mentioned.
Yeah. So the next movie that we're going to do is a very recent movie. Came out in 2023, which is almost done by tomorrow.
Yeah.
But is Barbie.
Barbie.
So that has in there...
Think of names?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Her name is...
You can't think of her name?
I don't know why Dakota Johnson just came into my head.
You're a terrible person.
I got it. She was Margo Robbie.
There you go.
I got it. And then you also have Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
You have Shang-Chi in there because he's in the Marvel.
Yeah.
Also, the villain in Secret Wars. I don't remember his name, but he was also a Ken.
Okay.
Michael Cera. You have not Kristen Wiig. I'm sorry. What's the she was weird Barbie. McKinnon.
Yeah,
Kate McKinnon. Is it She was in. Was it Ugly Betty? Mm-hmm. Who is that? That's is that America?
Yeah, it is.
America
Ferrera.
I hear she's kind of a shit.
Really?
Yeah, she's kind of an asshole.
Oh,
Yeah,
I hadn't heard that.
yeah. Like I was on the Reddit, and it was talking. The thing was about like, oh, celebrities you've worked with, and you're not like a celebrity. Like they came to an event or whatever.
Yeah.
Multiple people had said like she was just shitty.
No shit.
One of them was like, oh yeah, we're a student thing for a college, and she agreed to do this for a set price. And then, as it got closer to the date, like a week off, she wanted more money, just being a shit about it. Yeah. And then when she got there, she's just rude to everyone. I was like, oh. But we've seen Barbie. I like the movie. I'll watch it again for sure. I cried during Barbie a couple times because,
You're a wuss.
well, not only that, but I'm so feminist. Right. So I'm a manimist too. No, I don't know. But anyway, so we're going to watch Barbie, which is available on Max, HBO Max. And... So everybody, thanks for listening. You can make suggestions to us at specrapular@gmail.com.
Hope you guys have a happy new year.
Uh-huh.
Me and Brandon are about to go we're driving to Vegas, right?
Yeah, we're going to fucking pound some drinks.
Hell yeah, bro.
Pound some buttholes.
Yeah.
And snort cocaine from those open buttholes. So that way they're going to fart.
Oh my God.
They're going to fart.
Dust storm?
We're going to we're just going to hail the dust. Yeah, it's going to be like a sandstorm. We're going to as we're breathing it in. Yeah. It's going to be a butthole laced cocaine.
Find us on the craps tables at
taking a crap too.
Taking a crap.
Because that you can have fentanyl shits is what it is.
Yeah.
So Mike, why don't you go ahead and take us away?
I mean, I was gonna do Rainbow Connection for.
We were gonna do Sandstorm, like, and then just have like a spectacular.
Spectacular. All right, that's good enough.
Thank you.